Welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to get into today's topic because honestly, it's going to have an immediate, tangible impact on your day-to-day operations. Look, if you work in IT support, you're definitely used to those classic, hey, it's broken, please fix it messages. Or having to ask, have you tried turning it off and on again a dozen times before lunch? It's frustrating, right? Well, your team is wasting 20 minutes a day on manual Slack requests, and we are going to fix it. We are completely eliminating that drain on your productivity right here, right now. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our exact roadmap to reclaim that lost time. We'll cover fixing manual Slack requests, creating form-triggered workflows, adding conditional routing, connecting external webhooks, and finally, seeing the workflow in action. We're going to build all of this out in a free Slack Workspace demo environment so you can easily follow along. All right, Section 1, fix manual Slack requests, escaping the DM chaos. Let's really think about the core problem IT teams face every single day. Are you wasting 20 minutes or maybe literally hours on these unstructured, quick questions? You know the ones I mean. The direct messages that just say, hey, my system is acting weird, with absolutely zero context, no error codes, and no idea of how urgent it actually is. This complete lack of structure forces your engineers into playing 20 questions just to figure out what the actual issue is. It just kills your resolution time. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we need to change. We have to shift from that chaotic before state you see there, messy DMs, missing context, endless back and forth, to the after state, structured, automated forms with incredibly clear routing. Basically, we are taking the burden of triaging entirely off your ID team's shoulders and letting Slack do all the heavy lifting. Moving right along to Section 2, create form-triggered workflows. This is our step-by-step assembly. Okay, I'm going to be your personal over-the-shoulder guide for this. Getting started is ridiculously simple, and no, you do not need to know how to code a single line to do this. Step 1, just click your workspace name up in the top left corner, go down to Tools, and select Workflow Builder. Step 2, click New Workflow in the top right, and Step 3, choose the From a Link in Slack trigger. This specific trigger is an absolute game changer for IT support because it creates a simple, clickable link that you can just pin right to the top of your main help desk channel. Whenever a user clicks it, boom, it launches the workflow instantly on demand. Next up, we actually need to gather the information. So you'll add the collect info from a form step. This is where the magic really happens, because you get to dictate exactly what context you need before an engineer even lays eyes on the ticket. You're going to want to add key fields like issue type, urgency, description, and requester name. And here's the best part. By making these fields mandatory, you completely eliminate that dreaded back and forth questioning. The user literally cannot submit their request until you have the details you need. Which brings us to Section 3. Add conditional routing, creating smart paths based on answers. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how conditional branching perfectly directs requests to the right experts without any human intervention. It's like a traffic cop for your IT requests. You can set up logic that looks right at that issue type field we just made. If the user selects technical issue, the workflow routes the whole thing straight to the tech support channel. If it's a billing query, it sends it over to billing support. Equipment request goes right to equipment support. The ticket lands exactly where it needs to go instantly. No bottlenecks. But wait, it doesn't just stop at routing a static message. These workflows are highly interactive. You can actually configure up to 5 continuation buttons per branch. So picture this. An equipment request lands in the channel, and a manager can literally just click an approve, reject, or escalate button right on the routed message itself. It keeps the entire decision-making process right in the flow of work. No context switching required. All right, Section 4, connect external webhooks. Time for integrating third-party tools. We are officially entering the power user phase now. We want to connect our Slack form to external systems so that important work doesn't just go to die in a chat window. To do this, we use an outbound webhook. Now, let's ground this technical jargon with a really clear definition. An outbound webhook is simply an automated HTTP post request that sends a JSON payload of data from your Slack workflow over to a specific external URL. Think of it like a digital messenger. Essentially, this is just how Slack talks to the outside world, instantly telling your other tools that something important just happened. Setting this up in the builder is incredibly straightforward. Step 1, you just add the send a web request step to your workflow. Step 2, set your HTTP method to post. Step 3, paste in the destination URL. This is just the unique web address provided by whatever external tool you use, whether that's Jira, PagerDuty, or something else entirely. And Step 4, map your form variables right into the JSON body. And speaking of those variables, get this. You can pass up to 20 custom variables to your external tools per webhook. It's so powerful. The workflow dynamically pulls the user's specific form answers like the channel ID, their user ID, their email address, and the actual text they typed in for urgency and description, and it automatically packages all of that perfectly into the webhook payload.
Section 5, the workflow in action. Let's move to and see how this builds into a real support scenario. Let's actually prove the return on investment here. Imagine a critical system just failed. Normally, chaos, right? But now, instead of panicking and firing off a messy, typo-filled direct message, the user calmly clicks your pinned workflow shortcut in Slack. The form pops up, they submit, issue type is technical, urgency is high, and the description is simply server down. It is a perfectly clean, structured experience from the start.
And instantly, we see the payoff. Because we set up that conditional logic, the workflow completely bypasses the general help desk clutter and auto-posts a perfectly formatted ticket directly to the dedicated incidents channel. It says, new high-urgency technical issue from the requester. All the necessary context is right there, front and center. But it's doing even more behind the scenes. In that exact same fraction of a second, the workflow dynamically mentions the specific on-call lead to make absolutely sure they are alerted, and it simultaneously fires off that outbound webhook we set up. It sends the payload right over to your incident management tool like PagerDuty, waking up the right engineer, and automatically creating a permanent trackable ticket outside of Slack. So the crucial point is this: 20 minutes. By putting this incredibly simple no-code automation in place today, you instantly reclaim those 20 minutes your team was wasting every single day, chasing down context, manually routing requests, and desperately copying and pasting data between systems. It's a total game changer. You now have the exact blueprint to transform your team's productivity using Slack's Workflow Builder. So I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. Which manual Slack process will you automate first? Seriously, open up your workspace today, click on Tools, and just start building. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy automating.